Doesn't this look totally different?
Hello everybody, Chris and I have not yet changed our format here, so we're going to just turn the camera on here like we always do and probably put this one out there like we always do. But as some of you know, and Chris mentioned we mentioned last video, if you don't, that some changes are coming for us for different reasons. We might talk about a little bit of that just today. We don't really know what we're going to talk about, but we're in a good place about it. Super thankful about it. Looking forward to whatever that is, whatever Father, we're seeing what Father has for us next. But we're certainly going to change this, maybe the weekly thing or how we get together just for our own personal reasons and personal journeys, things like that. And then we're going to see where we land there, because we do like sharing. We do get excited. There's excitement now between us about some of the things we're learning in real time. You know, new realizations.
Real time.
Yeah, in this time, you know, how we see it. And then it's funny, as soon as we learn it, and well, we just made the comment, it's like, well, then all of a sudden that starts a new thing, which I'm kind of making fun of that new thing, because it's like we're always looking to attain something that we don't have, and we got it all.
Yeah.
So we're thankful for that, thankful to the relationship we have with Father, what He's showing us, and it comes in, well, you just said fragments, right? Sometimes some of these things come through. So I'm sure we talked a little bit about that. I'm fascinated how much, I don't know how much is the word, I guess how it's impossible for us, I'll just put it on me, it's possible for me to even know what these words say and mean unless I get realization from Father. And I'm good with that. I know Chris is good with that too. We're excited about it.
Yeah.
And that all that makes you do, you just want to dig in more. Doesn't mean you don't care, but you just realize that, wow, unless He shows me, I don't even have a chance to read and understand and believe these words. Don't have a chance.
True. Yeah, don't have a chance. Yeah. And the funny thing is, we say that with a lot of peace, that we're not feeling that. I've been saying for a while, He has been leaning on me to stay in my own lane. And the wonderful thought that follows that for me is that just takes so much off of me. You know, we have framed a lot of our talk around journeys. And the other day I said, you know, it's funny when I think about our journey, I frame it that way, mine and Father's. And I started hearing my own self say, in my Christian life, I was, you know, it was a collaborative working out my salvation. And then I started looking at how I frame our journey. And then I started thinking, wait a minute, it's really His journey. And I'm along for the ride. And, you know, in this life, He's showing me things. So it makes me look at even that different. And that's a huge thing. You and I are constantly checking the perspective with which we see things. This has been part of the discussion about doing something different with our show. I was getting uncomfortable with Friday. That's when we're going to release our show. For some reason, for me, it began to feel like a box, you know, and so my week was always framed a little bit with Friday. So, and I didn't like how that made me feel. So I talked with him about, hey, let's maybe I shoot a little something to you, you add to it, whatever, and you just throw it out there. And so get rid of, even though it's funny, even though we admit these are YouTube shows, you can watch them whenever you want to watch them.
Well, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You like them on Friday mornings? Watch them on Friday mornings.
Yeah, everybody, right.
But you and I are unboxing ourselves
exactly.
from a time constraint.
Right.
And we don't know what that exactly is going to look like. We are still talking through this process. We've got some good ideas, you know, and so this right here, I think it would be hard for me to give this up. Getting to talk to Dean and share where I'm at and how we're processing all this stuff.
Well, like you're saying, just to interrupt on we're unburdening ourselves.
Yeah.
Because of course we're going to continue our relationship. Yeah, we're thankful to have each other, and so this relationship's not going to end. But then somehow even the show became it becomes something to get in the way of that.
Yeah.
Perhaps whatever. It's just our own personal. We're just being a little more personal about us. We know none of this has any effect or care out there for anybody out there watching or waiting on a Friday show or anything. But we just want to make everybody aware we're going to change something up. We just don't know what that's going to be.
Yeah, I just had feelings that I was rehashing stuff over and over again, and for me, and I said how it was seeming to me, but then we said, however I think it might be, doesn't make it thus. It's because everybody's unique and messages hit each other. This past week, Jason Nygaard put something out. I hadn't seen anything from Jason for a while. He put something, man, I needed it. It was great. Leo has a friend who is suffering with cancer. And he put a little short show. I needed it. It was great. Regardless of how he intended it to come out or what his mindset was.
Right, exactly.
It comes out, comes through my filters, comes through everything I'm going through. I'm framing it my way. Wow, did I need it? Again, multifarious wisdom of God. Fragments we were just talking about. Everybody's got truth, and they've got fragmented truth. And that's why so often we talk, this one person really unlocked something for me. They said it in such a way, wow, never heard it that way. It completely opens up this channel of thinking. And you're like, oh, I've never considered that. So that's kind of this multifarious wisdom where he takes all these intersections of our lives and these experiences. I don't want to get away from also saying, our sister Marcia Knotts, she's in the hospital. It sounds like she's getting ready to go to rehab. We are pouring prayers over you and love over you, Marcia. We love you so much, you and Michael. The graciousness with which you poured on us when we came and stayed a few days there. I mean, I still have such
think about it and talk about it.
Fond memories of these two incredibly sweet, gracious people that Father intersected our lives with. So our thoughts are about you and Michael and your family. So you hang in there, listen to the doctors, do what you have to do, keep trusting Father for each day. I know you do all that.
I'll let Amy know too. She passes on her love to you.
Yeah. So
for sure.
Those are that's just another portion of why we want to continue to do this. The people we've been exposed to who have so profoundly touched us in a way that, we can't think about going further without continuing some kind of a connection with.
That's all we want to do, and we'll go along our journey like we're going and know that it's Father's journey, like Chris said. And we're going to be excited to share some things that we're seeing, and now knowing a little bit more freedom with it, realizing that I have no idea how that may help you or how there might be some misunderstanding of it, whatever. But, the intent is to share Father's great journey, what he's doing, and to share that with you as you guys share back with us. That's the only thing where if we're going to keep anything going in this kind of way, it's about that family type thing of just sharing how great our Father is. That's where it started. It's where it's been.
Yeah.
It's what we know, and we want to keep pointing out these things. I think some of these things can help others too. Because I know I've gotten in my own boxes with things. Even the way we frame things, sometimes when Chris is talking about a fragment of truth, or he just made some statements now, great statements about, and I know where his mind's at because I know him. He's been here in the last couple hours. I know a lot about how Chris thinks, all kinds of stuff, but not everybody does. So someone like Chris,
It's a good thing.
that's a dang good thing.
I'm going to show you what's going on in here someday.
Yeah, someday. So, so Chris, anyway, it's just an example because it just happened. He's talking about fragments, talking about fragments of truth or learning something from somebody, and it just opened up something, right? All these things are true. What's funny, there's always a flip side for me, all this kind of stuff. Yeah, this happens, and we might get some great negative truth from somebody, from this little fragment. But then, in this mess that we're in, what do we do with that? Well, that fragment of truth becomes this, well, here's a new denomination to start. Here's a new box to start.
Yeah.
Here's a new way of thinking to start. Here's a new group to start. We're not trying to do that. Even though we say we're not trying to do it, here's what happens. The next thing you're on to, so what do you think about, how should I think about this? You know, all this craziness, all this looping that we don't know we're doing. It's not you.
Yeah.
It's not you. It's not us. It's what we're subjected to.
Right. I have to interject. You and I just finished 3-part study by Clyde on the book Jeremiah. I think he's in the 17th chapter, and it's about knowing.
It's a book we know well.
I just admitted to him, I don't think I've ever read it.
I didn't
Here's
know
what
it was a book.
here's what
Is
I'm
it
going to
in the
guess.
Bible? No. Is it
You
actually?
thought it was Jeremiah was a bullfrog.
Yeah.
No, now I'm completely. You threw me off.
I know
It's fine.
I can keep going. Keep throwing you. I'll throw you back on.
Okay.
Keep going.
Well, what's
just because we don't know,
funny
we didn't know
about
and
it-
read it, you can still know the truth.
Yes.
What's in it?
And here's what
The
I know,
truth
and I'm going
within
to
that.
hunt it up just so I can tell y'all. 34. Remember that number. I know there's a verse somewhere in Jeremiah, and it's 34. It's in one of the chapters, and for some reason, 34 stuck out. So there's a verse.
Awesome.
There's 34.
That is cool.
I will find it, and it's stuck. I just don't know what chapter it was in. That's about as all I can claim to Jeremiah. But Clyde opened it up this week, talked about it. It was outstanding concordant word search study. And we even talked about something like this, about a potential show. And the idea was, and for me, I keep returning to Romans 8:20 and this subject of vanity, and we're subjected to it. How powerful is this thing? And what does it entail? I think there's a whole study there that somebody better than me could do and flesh some of this stuff out. But that Romans 8:20 and this subjection to this, some of what Clyde was sharing was, there's no way, you just said it, we can't parse this stuff out without, it's just the emphasis and the influence of the heart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good, yes.
It has this tenderness.
Yes.
We believe with the heart. We talk about this distance from heart to mind. We understand that the heart has something in it that only the brain does too.
Mm-hmm.
And we have the eyes of your heart having been enlightened. And we love that language.
Mm-hmm.
But we also know Proverbs 16:9 says, the man's heart deviseth his way, and it is the Lord who establishes his steps. And that's that image I've talked about before in the 70s, where the guy's feet are way out in front of him. He's leaning back, something like grooving or something. And that's what comes into my mind. He's way back here and his feet are way out here.
And if you haven't seen the series, The Heart, some of the point and the context around it is, showing how sometimes, because the heart can be, say, tricky or complex, or we don't know it, can't know what's going on within ourselves, within that, can't really know it. And then how sometimes that's gotten framed because of translation or whatever, then all of a sudden you think you're wicked. you're bad, you know,
Yes.
stuff like that. So
Yes.
it's always comforting to know.
Shame.
Yeah, there's
is all.
none of that. We know that's not true. You guys, of course, God's creation is not that. You know, it's
Right.
come out of Him. It's not wicked. Yeah, things are a jumbled mess, but it's all going to work for the good. If that's really true, well, then ultimately, it is good in His plan, in His timing. We're all going to see and experience that.
Yeah, let me read a little bit from Romans chapter 8 here. I'm going to start at 18. For I am reckoning that the sufferings of the current era do not deserve the glory about to be revealed for us. Gosh, that sounds like 2 Corinthians 4:17. Burden of aeonian glory that we're going to have through this suffering.
Right.
For the premonition of the creation is awaiting the unveiling of the sons of God. For to vanity was the creation subjected, not voluntarily, but because of Him who subjects it in expectation, that the creation itself also shall be freed from the slavery of corruption into the glorious freedom of the children of God. There's a lot there, more than I can totally appreciate. And I'm curious about the power of this vanity. We talked about it upstairs, and I look at the intent of my heart when I do things, and I'm like, man, I can find myself trying to clean my flesh up. I think it's a pure intention, and yet I can find that vanity. That's how powerful this thing is. But put it in its proper perspective.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't rule us. You know, we can't escape it in this life. And now I'm learning to be thankful for that. I'm grateful.
Yeah, we're not trying to fix it.
Not trying to fix it.
Yeah.
Because again, it's going to be the backdrop for what's to come. And the more the suffering, the more the struggle, the more the glory, is what it sounds like to me.
Well, certainly. Yeah, it's all, like I said, in one framing of it, it's all in a sense of struggle for all of us. You know, we're all, as creatures or as humans, we all experience these struggles. We don't think. We shared this with each other earlier. Sometimes it doesn't appear, or we don't think other people's going through what we're going through, or but we all are. Everyone is. So we're all kind of in the struggle. So it's all this glorious, great setup. That's what it is, you know, for the good.
I love that.
When you get in
setup.
knowing a little bit about Father and who He really is, and knowing you are a child of God, and you've come out of Him. So when that realization comes on, holy, it's like, then all of a sudden everything can go away. You can see that it can destroy all your worst fears and panics and guilt and shame. It can just, what? It ain't nothing. Just goes away.
Yeah.
And what love, joy, those things are left. What Christ talked about, what Jesus knew, what Paul come on to knowing, what he started experiencing and knowing, what they're talking about. Now we frame it and try to get it. You know, we start framing it and thinking, well, if you believe the right things, you got all that kind of stuff, and everybody, no. The point is, they had something, and it's super, super deep, super simple.
Yeah, like I said, we're going to be talking more about this. You may, and who knows, you might see something drop on a Tuesday morning or whatever, or whenever. Dean is the one who puts the actual videos out there, music behind them, and might tweak them or whatever, or remove or whatever, and he'll put them out there. I've just said, get rid of the Friday for us. This is
we don't have our own some kind of deadline.
Right.
Feel like we're gonna
more organic, I guess, maybe is a way to describe it. Just as these things more topical as they come forward, and then how are we processing that? Maybe, I don't know.
Sounds good.
You're along for the ride anyway, so what's the matter? And it's your choice. So,
all right.
Love all of you.
Yeah, love you all, and see you again.